Today on Stitches TV, I'm going to show you 3 ways, I think, to make rouleau spaghetti straps and for making rouleau loops. So my fabric for my strap is cut on the cross. It's about 2 centimeters wide, which is about 1 inch wide. It's as long as I need it to be. I'm going to fold my fabric right sides together and I'll be sewing roughly in the middle of that. So I think it's easier if you begin at the open end. So I'm going to get it under the machine and make sure in the beginning you're definitely not too close to the end. It's better to be bigger at the opening than too small. Now you do need to go forwards and back a couple of stitches. Now as you sew, it's a bit difficult to describe, but so we're trying to be in the middle of this folded fabric which is cut on the cross. So we're trying to be about there. Now as you sew, I'm in the usual awkward position. You want to sort of stretch it just a little bit, okay? Not too much. Just a little bit. So that afterwards, when you do that trick thing, oops, you can steam it, stretch it, steam it, and it will go skinnier. Now, as I go towards the end, I want to kind of drive in and go a bit narrow there. So I'm going to do that now. So let's see if we can do a close-up. Oh, it's white on white. Now the other really important thing is, apart from trimming the end fairly close, there is no way that you must trim off this excess, because what happens is when you turn it the right way round, it beautifully fills the spaghetti strap and makes it kind of rounded. Now I'm going to cut off this end here. And then I'm going to get this loop turner. So this loop turner has a kind of trapdoor thing there and a hook. So what happens is when you push it up into the tube, the door opens like that. So you push it up, and then when you get to the end, you kind of, I don't want to make a hole in my material, you kind of stick that hook in, and then as you pull, it makes the door close. And then what you kind of have to do is tease the fabric so it starts to turn in on itself. Now sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But with thin fabric, like viscose, cotton lawn, thin taffeta, stuff like that, it goes nice and smoothly and it's easy. But if you attempt to do it with anything thick, or that's thicker than the tube, just forget it, it's a nightmare. So I'm going in the open end that I made a little bit wider than the rest of the tube, the rest of the strap. Okay, so when you've pushed it down, you don't want to go all the way, well, I don't know, I changed my mind about this, but you don't want to go all the way down to where it's really narrow. So I'm going to stop about here, and I'm going to try and get that hook in so you can see it. Right, there's the hook, there's the door closing. You're just going to hate me because this is just such a horrible job. I hate it so much. Sorry, that doesn't sell it. You do need to lick your fingers. I don't care what anyone says. Licking my fingers, and I'm trying to ease that now. Back up. Ooh. Trying to get it to come back up the channel. Now, sometimes it happens first time. Oh, and sometimes it just doesn't. And then suddenly when you feel it actually bite, and look, you can see it travelling up the channel, it is a really good feeling. So don't do it all with a great big clump at the bottom. Keep easing it down. So look, I'm pushing it up like I'm gathering it to the end, and then I'm easing it down, and something that you really don't want to happen is you don't want to let go. So I kind of like to get it so it pokes out, and then I can grab hold of it and then ease these bits. And then, look at that. You end up with a perfect spaghetti strap. Those are our spaghetti straps, which have a little bit of stretch in them. Now, if you want them really skinny and they don't need any stretch, press them like this, stretched out. And if you use steam, they should stay like that. So if you don't have a loop turner, this next method, I can only make it work when it's open at both ends. So this isn't necessarily for ties then, is it? This is more for just straps or doing rouleau loops. So you want to get a big needle, and I've threaded it with, 2 threads going in, so I end up with 4. Now go into the end and just sew a few times with a knot at the end, okay? And then go in backwards with the needle and pass it through your channel. And do that till you come out at the other end. Now remember, we're leaving the seam allowance on because it's about the same width as the actual strap, and the idea is that it's going to fill the strap. Now just at this end here, trim back the seam allowance quite close, but not too close. And then gather it up and wind the thread around your finger so you take a bit of the tension. And then gradually you have to try, and as you pull the thread, ease it around. Now I'm sure everybody hates this job, surely. Is there anyone that loves this job? The loop turner was kind of okay. I haven't got shares. So starting is always the problem. Now you can get like pokey things, that might help, and licking your fingers. And then eventually you start to feel that it's starting to come. Can you see that it's starting to, God, it's like giving birth. It's starting to come down the tube. Now release it a bit, wind it around your finger, yeah? So you can start pushing it and pulling it, pushing and pulling. So going like that, winding it around. Don't get too much of a bunch up down here. Now, I haven't successfully made this work for when the end is closed. I can only do it when it's open at both ends. Look how I'm holding onto the seam allowance, and it's sort of like the seam allowance that I'm pushing, look. and never having too much of a bunch up at the end. God, it's such a relief when it's done. So that's another way. Actually, if you leave the other end so it doesn't all fully come out, then that would be okay. Now you still need to press it. Now this is method 3. So this is the third way to do rouleau spaghetti straps, which can also be used for the rouleau loops. So this method I saw on the fashion sewing blog. Colleen G. Lee demonstrated this one. She's got like double width of a strip of fabric cut on the cross. These are always cut on the cross, by the way. And she put a cord inside, like that, folded it over, and then made sure there was a little bit hanging out of the end, and then stitched across the end to hold that cord in place. So backs and forwards a couple of times. Now you probably could just sew straight down, or you can use a zipper foot like that. So let's just see if we can do it without, but I'm not sure we'll be able to get close enough. So what we have to do is we have to try and sew not at all on the cord, but really close up to the cord. And whilst it's kind of working with the regular sewing foot, I can see that it would be better with the zipper foot. But I'm not going to change it right now. So I think that Colleen says that you should stretch the fabric a bit as you do this. So keep doing it till you get all the way down. So when you've done that, it should look like that. And then you need to trim it back and trim that end off there. I think that's right. So I'm trimming off the cord at the end, and then I'm going to start trimming back all this excess stuff, but I guess I don't take all of it away because you want it to fill your tube. Obviously, if you used a zipper foot, then you could get much closer to the cord. It's very important that you don't stitch on the cord as well. Now, I'm assuming when we get to the edge, we go a bit close like that. And then, you're supposed to pull this cord, okay, and much in the same way as we did when we used the method with the big needle and the thread. You pull this, and you've got to ease this end to go inside out. Now I can't see how that happens. Goodness. All right, let's try. So look, I've got a pin. I'm going to try and pull it over the end. Oh, that was quite successful. So you're trying to pull it over the end. It's the starting with these things. Once you get it started, it's kind of okay. So let's just get that. Okay, I can feel it coming. Okay. So that isn't too bad. That's not feeling too bad. I think this method could be one of the good ones. So all I'm doing is pulling the cord and then pull the cord. I just keep doing that. Look, it's starting to come through now. Yeah, look, so there we go. So that's another good way of doing it. And then you just cut the cord away. Yeah, I think that way's quite good. So there we go, 3 ways. Create rouleau, stretch, little bit stretch, spaghetti straps, but also it's the same thing that you use for creating rouleau loops, like that. Thank you so much for watching. See you again very soon. Bye.